Everyone keeps saying sneaker reselling is dead, but I just sold all these pairs this week. I'm gonna start the video with probably like the best shoe I sold last week. This like within like the like pretty much today's Tuesday, but I'm gonna be going over pretty much all the shoes that I sold last week. That was some heat, and I sold a lot of good pairs last week. It seems like I did low key. The first pair is the Ben & Jerry SBs. Now I just bought these about 2 weeks ago, if that, maybe a week and a half ago, and I paid 500 bucks for them. You know what I'm saying? I copped them locally. Also copped a bunch of Kobe's from the same person, which I bought about 6 Kobe's from them. I've already sold one of the Kobe's out of the 6, so low key I haven't sold, I haven't sold through those yet, but I'm sure that those, like a couple more of those will sell, especially as we come like on like back to school type season. But I copped the Ben & Jerry's for 500. I kind of paid more than what I wanted. I really wanted to pay 450. Now market on those is about $1,000 to $1,200 brand new. Really they're selling around $1,000 right now, just because the market's gone a little bit soft on those, especially because they're not special box. But this pair was VNDS, so that means like very near dead stock. So I did know I can sell it for a pretty penny, but I low-key I should have paid like 450. That would make my margin better. I ended up selling them for $600, so I just made 100 bucks on those. But for just a week and a half of holding them, make a quick 100 bucks, free up that capital, I think that's pretty good, and that it's a very hard pair to come by low-key. Low-key the size wasn't the best, size 7 men's, but still, nonetheless a Ben & Jerry SB, so very, hard to come by SB, so had to get those, especially because the price was right. The second craziest pair that I sold last week, in my opinion, was either between, I'm gonna go with these SBs I sold, the Northern Light SBs. Now this pair was pretty rare, not gonna lie. I'm not sure exactly when they came out, but I know it was like years ago, probably around like 7 years ago. Let me see when those came out. Okay, they dropped 2014, which makes sense because they come in like that blue, like that teal and black box, and these are actually really dope. They look like a solar Yeezy. I had some people commenting down my Instagram reel I made on them whenever they sold, and that's a very cool pair, and they do resemble like the solar Yeezys. I think that's the colorway that they resemble. Like they literally look like a Yeezy but an SB, and they're really clean. I like them. They have like the nice star design on the back. They're supposed to resemble the Northern Lights like in Michigan, because I didn't know that this was actually a collab with Premier Skate Shop or something like that. Those actually was, the retail on those was $120, and now they're reselling for around $500. I sold them for $440, so not as much as what I wanted for them. Obviously, like the market on this shoe, I feel like during like 2021 was probably going berserko, probably was around like $650 ish. So what I'm saying, definitely not as much as it probably should be, that shoe, just because it's getting very rare, especially because it was a size 12, brand new OG all, extra laces and box. Pretty much that's OG all. So yeah, it's a hard pair to come by. I think that's a really cool pair that actually goes with my fit right now, because it's like, it has like that nice green sole that glows in the dark. So that's a very cool pair. Shipped those out, and what I'm saying, got a nice little sale on them. I made around $400 net after fees and stuff, because I usually sell a lot of pairs on eBay. That's like my main like seller. I'm saying, that's where I like to sell the best. Really, I prefer obviously like direct to the consumer, like Instagram or like in person, but eBay is pretty nice too, even though they do take 8% of every like sneaker sale. Another fire pair I sold. Now I sold a lot of heat last week, so what I'm saying, but these are pairs, I'm not gonna lie. Like, so I told y'all I had the Ben & Jerry's for like a week or two. I had the Northern Lights. Now there's that pair I've had for low-key a minute. I'm not gonna lie, I had it since January this year, but I bought in like a 30 pair collection that I bought from a dude, and I probably sold through like 17 pairs of those 30 pairs. I still probably have around 10, probably sold about 20 pairs of like the 30 I bought from him, and I still have about 10 pairs that I bought from them still. Certain stuff moves fast, certain stuff sits for a while. The Northern Lights, they sat for a minute just because it's like a niche shoe, so it's really like the reason why they've sat for a minute. It's not really because it's like a bad shoe or like the market just not like like fat, like hot. I mean, I will say Dunk High market isn't as like hot as like Dunk Low market, so that definitely plays a part. But yeah, they definitely are a niche pair, and that's kind of like why they've sat for a while. But they had a ton of watchers on eBay, like a lot of like probably SB people were like looking at them on eBay, and I had like 20 watchers and like a couple add to carts, but no one like pressed the trigger, and I had them listed for like $499.99 or something like that. So yeah, this got an offer for $440 and took it. Next pair is these Union 4 Guavas. Now these are actually, what I'm saying, a very rare pair to come by, especially in the size I had, size 11.5. VNDS OG all, so extra laces, box, and all that good stuff. And I bought those actually a minute ago too. I actually bought those, I think around low-key, I think I bought those like near the end of last year, yeah, so I've had those for around 7 to 8 months, almost a year. Now that pair I knew was going to be kind of a tougher move. I low-key thought I was going to sell them faster. Whenever I bought them locally at a meetup near me. I bought a pair of Awake 5s off him. I bought a pair of black metallics that were used. I made about 50 bucks on those. The Awake 5s I think I made like 140 on those, because I bought them for kind of a steal. I got kind of lucky too, because I bought them for like 320. They were worn once, and then market kind of went up on like in my favor. Market went up after I bought them. So I sold them for around like $475, bought them for $320 after fees. I think it was like $440, something like that. So I made about $120 on those, so that was a good flip. Plus the black metallic 5s I bought from them, I made about $50 because I sold them for like $350. But on Grailed, I remember they take 9%, so it was like $300 after fees. I paid $250, so I made about, you know what I'm saying, $170 just between those two shoes. And then I just sold the Union 4s, which I made $100 on them, so I made about $270 to $300, which was my estimated and profit on those 3 pairs. And I sold the Wake 5s and the black metallic 5s quick whenever I bought them, but these Union 4s sat for a minute just because it is more of a niche shoe and it is more of an expensive shoe than both of them. I sold them for $600. I really want to get like $650 for them, but like I'm not gonna hold off on for a while, so I just took the $600 offer. Brand new, that pair goes for around $800 to $900. Market did soften a little bit on them, but they're just super clean, like 0 star loss. The guy that bought them off me literally just messaged me yesterday saying that because I just delivered to him yesterday, because you know what I'm saying, I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, this is recent stuff, y'all. This isn't like, you know what I'm saying, stuff that was a minute ago. It's like just pairs I just sold. So this shows you that, you know, certain shoes are still like demanding a high price margin, because this is a used Jordan 4, you know what I'm saying, I sold for $600. Obviously brand new goes for like $850, $900, so that makes sense, but you get what I'm saying. Like there's still, you know what I'm saying, some shoes that are holding some weight, but obviously they're harder to come by because they are rare shoes. Also, I had to pay up on those. I paid $440 for these Union 4s, ended up selling them for $600. My payout was like $545 or something like that, so just $100 profit. So that's pretty good. I spent $1,000 flat. I made $1,020 to be exact on those Awake 5s, these Union 4 Guavas, and these the black metallics, and then, you know what I'm saying, made around $1,350 or something like that. Something like, or actually no, it made like $1,400. So you know what I'm saying, something slight. I kind of knew I was gonna make around that. Obviously for like over almost a year, that's not great, but I sold 2 of them fast, probably within like the first month of having them. So you know what I'm saying, I made that quick, $250 or like $200. So that was pretty good. Now I also sold these reverse Grinches last week. Now that's another pair that's, you know, still holding some demand. I bought those from a dude I bought a couple pairs from recently. I bought a pair of white cement 4s, black hats, and black metallic reimagines. Which black metallic reimagines, that's another shoe that's came out recently that's still that's going for more than what people thought. It's going for around $400 right now, so it's very good because retail is like $230. So that's a shoe that, you know, you can make like $150, $170 on. So it's not bad, especially for 2026 sneaker market, because most of the retail releases that's coming out are not doing well, but the black metallics did do very well. So I did eat on that drop. I know a lot of sneaker resellers did, but I think I did eat a lot on that drop. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, like I had probably about 6 pairs of them, sold them all like for like $150 profit. So you know what I'm saying, not bad for, you know what I'm saying, 2026. Well, actually those came out last year, so that was like last year I sold most of those, but you know what I'm saying, I'm still buying them off people whenever I get the chance. But anyways, those reverse Grinches, they sold for $425. I bought them for $340. I won a coin flip. We just did a quick little $10 coin flip, $350 or $340. I won that, so nothing too crazy. Sold them for $425, and after fees I made $400. So I bought them for $340, sold them for $400 net after like eBay fees. So I made about, you know, $60. So yeah, I made about $60, so it's not bad. So $60, not too crazy, especially because I sold those within like a week of having them, maybe like 2 weeks. So it's not bad, you know what I'm saying? It adds up, especially when you're buying like 10, 20, 30 pairs a month, and then, you know, if you sell through like 15 of them, say you make $50 profit on 15, you make like $750 if you like bought 15 pairs and average around $50 profit on each pair. Now it's not, it's easier, it sounds easier than what it is, y'all, because like, yeah, the sneaker market, it is harder to, you know what I'm saying, you know, it's hard to buy like retail releases than resell. Like that's kind of like not even existent right now, but there is certain drops like the Travis Scott Shy Pinks that just dropped. I sold my pair for $500, retail is $150. So you know, there's certain shoes that you can get some profit on, but it's definitely harder to, you're not selling through them as fast, and you're definitely not selling as premium price as it was like in 2020, 2021. I'm sure like 2015, 2016 market was kind of somewhat similar. I feel like it was not as, obviously 2020, 2021 was like the most prime time to be like a sneaker reseller, but then again, it was super saturated. A lot of people were doing it, so it's like, you know what I'm saying, it's almost like even now, you know what I'm saying, if you get what I'm saying, because there was a lot more competition back then, more people like stealing your deals or whatever, and now it's like a lot of people are kind of scarce with the sneaker market. So like if you're still in it, you're there at the right time, whenever the right opportunity presents itself, you can still make some money. But yeah, let me know if y'all like these type of videos. Stay tuned for more fire videos, y'all. God bless. Peace.